Alright guys, welcome to DDG 7v7 Red Rover event. You're going to see these two teams 1v1 down the line until neither team has anyone left to fight. We're doing a new team captain system where deciding has told the other team he plays first, and the other team will tell them who drops in first, and they will alternate. But these guys have been waiting to get this round started, so let's go ahead and drop that flag for him here in 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, we can see that to counter deciding, they elected to send out Merkel, which is a Warrior Pally fight, which is kind of an interesting setup to see. They send out no heals versus full heals, so they're just banking on his interrupts and raw damage, sorry about that, and raw damage to be able to out-sustain these Pally heals, which we'll see coming out any moment here. We know Merkel has an interrupt coming for that first heal, so deciding might want to start healing himself. He might not even need to, but they're neck and neck with health. There's that first heal, the interrupt comes, he goes with the fake kick, the fake cast, but I think that he landed the interrupt before the cast got off, so I believe that deciding sitting here on a holy cooldown. Oh, he lands the hamstrings, gets separation, one tick advantage, doesn't get the second tick off, deciding gets that interrupt in. That's his only chance there. He only has, he doesn't have a healer here, so Merkel here at 20% and doing what he can to do as much damage. You see him retreating to the window room so his next teammate can hopefully drop down, finish the job, but deciding with a huge hodge is going to finish him up 2%, 11%. Deciding stays here. Oh, Chucky with the immediate kill. You love to see Chucky. Says no bandage. Both gouges miss here. So we see life-stealing agility versus the double agi. Which rogue is going to get it done? Chucky pops that evasion nice and early, and he's going to try and get that work in. Let's see how Chucky's doing here. He's building up those combo points, or trying to anyway. Not sure if he's able to land any of these attacks on Talented, who's rocking that double agi. Just fantastic for 1v1 situations. But now that evasion has worn off Chucky, and Talented might be getting ready to pop it himself here, but he might be trying to save it. Let's see if either of these guys can be able to get a gouge and a bandage in. Chucky's, oh my god, the blinking health here already. These guys are just both getting their health pots in. Not a single gouge has landed here. Talented, 3% and dropping. Chucky has him on his heels, but the huge evasion pop and the gouge finally lands for Talented. He gets 3 bandage ticks off before Chucky finally gets in, tries to interrupt him, but the gouge misses because the evasion's still up. Chucky 5% and he drops. Let's see what happens here now as Track drops down and tries to set a number onto Talented. I'm not sure if that Serpent Sting landed. I don't see it on his debuffs here, but he doesn't let Talented here get his re-stealth. Track, good job pulling his boar away. Talented doing a good job with the LOS. Track keeps his boar healthy, but his boar is down now. Talented did a great job polishing up there. Let's see if he's able to get he's not Hunter's marked. It's kind of curious that he's not throwing the mark on him. That might, there we go with the Serpent Sting. That buys him 15 seconds and to try and get the revive pet out. Talented now with sprint. He says, I don't want you resin that pet. I want to do as much damage as I can. I think he's trying to kill time and get that bandage off. Let's see how much he has on that cooldown. 6 seconds. He's going to need one more gouge here and no more Serpent Stings if he wants to get that bandage off that he wants. 1 second, but a Serpent Sting lands. Talented 5%. He's in real trouble here. Did himself a favor by dying in the window room, keeping Track nearby as Rick drops in, charges in on Track. Both of these guys are going to lay the slows, and these guys are going to do the dance, but a very, very slow dance together as Tract is trying to drop these wing clips, get the 8-yard separation that he needs so he can start getting these range casts off. He keeps that slow going by rolling that conch shot the second the wing clip does. Very textbook there. Savvy separation by Track, but Track's pet is still down. Rick is going to leave combat, get ready for a charge. Rick's doing a good job LOSing, making sure they can't get bowed, but Tract is checking him on that LOS and throwing that throwing whatever cast that he can. He knows he's out of combat. There's the charge. Follows it with a hamstring, but Track lays on a wing clip as well. These guys are both just trading, playing very defensively, but Rick doing a good job keeping Track, making sure that he is slowed as well. Rick's about to be full speed here as Track is getting that separation that he needs. Rick is pulling off a little. He's going to get that charge, but he's giving Track the separation that he needs to get a bandage. Track, you gotta be staying on top of him there, but Track doesn't realize that he went out of bounds. He died, and then they sent out their next. I really, really appreciate them keeping that clean. I don't think Track realized he could go on to second there, so they treated that as a death, as they appropriately should. And Rick is doing work here onto Sita. Sita here is going to try and do what priests do, maybe consider throwing his back to the wall so Rick can't do the dance that Rick isn't even really pressing with, though. Rick should be bobbing behind him to force him to recast his wand. But it's not needed. Rick isn't stepping behind him. Sita's just getting into free wanding. There Rick goes now behind him. Hopefully Sita's going to get that dot in. He does now. He's going to keep on sending those bands in. Rick with the huge potion right there. He's going to try and wait off this dot that Sita just put on him, but it is not going to come off quick enough. Sita gets that dot application back on, sends the fear, and he's going to try and finish him up right now with that wand as he turns on the offensive. Rick is probably going to run right into him here. He knows that his death is near, so they're just going to try and keep him near this entering point. Rick 4%, 1%, and down he goes. Who are they sending next? It is going to be Rogue versus Priest. Oh, that is a pain in the ass. For any priest sending a rogue in 1v1, I'll tell you that. It's just a matter of, let's see how long, see if we keep our dots up, see if we can get our fears rolling. There we go. Oh, Trinket popped on that. Only gets one tick of the bandage in because he Trinket pops that fear. Huge. Says, I will give you exactly no space. Let's see if you can kill him within that next 15 seconds before that next fear comes. That is definitely what Andre is hoping, or Sita is hoping for, is to survive for the next 5 seconds, get that fear out, dot. He's not going to be able to bandage, so the second that fear goes out, he's going to start big healing himself and start using some of that mana. He still has plenty of mana left. See, that fear is coming up right now. It's actually probably about ready. He doesn't send it, though. He doesn't send the fear. He starts, he elects to heal before he sends the fear out. I'm not sure, we'll never know if that was going to be the difference in this play, but it certainly makes things difficult for him. Nurple doing a great job keeping him slowed. Oh man, but Andre doing a great job too. Bandaged with the full reset. Hats off here to Andre with the big plays. He's going to put the pressure on to Nurple. Nurple's going to do what little kiting he can in this room. Not much space to work with here, though, as Andre is chunking him down. Nurple's at 40%. And he's got Andre on the heels. Nurple's headed towards the ramp, not going all the way up it, keeping himself in bounds. Andre's doing a good job keeping him nearby with the gouge. Nurple's going to turn around the corner here and see if he gets that bandage off. There it is. Andre might be trying to get the re-stealth in now, and he might be interested in landing a sap, killing some time and trying to get a bandage in himself. But let's see how he decides to play this. He's heading straight for him. He's not going to waste no time. Lands that sap. There it is. Great job there, Andre. So let's see how he's going to elect to open now that he's got 10 seconds to decide. Looks like he's gonna hide. He's gonna eat. Good call. Good call. Very good call there. So he's still has a little time on this sap. Looks, oh, it came off there 1 second early. Oh my god, Nurple catches him. That is so huge and a huge help there. So it's like a fresh duel here. These guys starting at 100%. Nurple's going to try and get that CC. The only thing is here that Andre doesn't have any of his cooldowns left. He has no sprint or trinket, and Nurple is just going to try and do the kite to him, but Andre is going to hit that corner, not give it to him easily. Says, I'm going to make you keep me in combat, and I'm going to use what LOS I can. Nurple, great job with that Nova there, and he is going to try and just get those rank 1 frost bolts out as quick as he can. He's going to start running a circle around the room, but every time Andre hits him, he does 20% of his health with every global. It's crazy. So Andre, bandage cooldown available to him. 1 tick, 2 tick, full health, gets a full reset in here. This is a great 1v1. It's very difficult here for the mage to do what the mage is used to doing. I'm not sure if he's going to have the mana to do what he wants to do now that Andre is full health. And look at this, he's going to poly him, and he's going to run in the other room, and he's going to drink. He has no other choices. He's getting that bandage, you see. He's got 14 seconds on that poly. Surely he's about to drop combat. Looks like he's probably about to get a drink in. Looks like he already is, but too little too late. Andre is heading in. He could have laid that sap if he wanted to, but he didn't actually have to. Nurple now is at 20, he has 400 mana and needs to do 75% of Andre's health. I'm not sure if this is a doable task, but he's going to lean on his wand, that Gravestone Scepter, to do as much damage as he can here. Andre, with the gouge, doesn't really need to bandage yet, even though it's on cooldown anyway, even if he wanted to. So we might see that with the next gouge, but he is doing so much damage to Nurple, he might just save his energy for that. Nurple throwing out the explosions that cost so much mana. Let's see how he's just trying to do whatever Kight he can. He's just letting those slows land on. But Nurple at 4% and running his team. He doesn't do his team any favors by running away. But luckily, Kight drops down, puts him in combat, keeps him in combat, throws the wing clip, the serpent sting on him, and says, let me show you how it's done. It's a little easier time for a hunter than a mage to do what needs to get done in this tight setting, as they can drop these huge wing clips, and their spells are a little more closer to instant cast, as the best Wondering drops in and is going to try and clean up Kight here, as Kight is running up the ramp. Looks like he's going to try and utilize some of that LOS, but Wondering doesn't give him a chance to. Kight lays that improved wing clip, gets a little bit of separation that he needs, going to get around this corner. Looks like he's thinking about a bandage, but not so much going to be able to with the Serpent Sting and the boar on him. Great job here by Wondering. Oh, but you can see that he's thinking about it. He wants it. He pops the healing pot, goes for the bandage right after, but the instant bandage break, not sure if that was about the boar or the Serpent Sting, but either way, great job here by the best. Gets around the corner. That's how you do it. You want to get a ranged kill in and then dip into that room for bandage. That is a textbook play there by Wondering, as both these hunters are going to lay the wing clips on each other. And they're going to do the melee dance. Neither of these guys are going to let each other get into range. They're staying melee range. So you can see that the boars here, we have Thick Boy, who is just working on the boar. So the best here is without a pet, as Trina elects to take care of the best pet before he takes care of him. Might have picked himself a winning strategy there, as the best here is at 20% and dropping, pops that healing pot. Trina already, oh no, there goes that healing pot. So these guys are pretty similar in health, but Trina goes with the bandage chick, but gets exactly none off. The best has his bandage coming available to him in 10 seconds. Let's see if this fight is going to last that long, but these guys are just trading blows, both these guys being so greedy playing in this room. Whoever wins this round is going to have such an advantage heading into the next one if either team has any people left. They're both saying, no, it's going to be me, though. I want that separation. As the best goes down, Trina survives here with 18% health. He's getting that LOS around the corner. It looks like he's not going to be able to get as much health here as he wanted to. Oh man, great play here by Mytho. He said, where is he? I think he's stealthed. His teammate must have said, hey, I think he's trying to pull a sneaky on you and hiding that little LOS spot by the ramp. So great job there, great communication, great job getting him out of the stealth. I think he might have seen his pet there in that position anyway. Trina doing a great job, just trying to survive as long as he can, trying to see if he can get any bandage ticks on 1, 2, 3. Oh no, interrupted right before the third gets off. Great job by Trina. Is going to try and get whatever little damage into Methodical he can. He has no mana though. Let's see. Kind of has a leg here. Thick Boy's still healthy, still doing work on Methodical. It's not this fight's. Trina can really drag this out if he wants to. So there goes the fear. Great fear there. Oh man, he might be able to finish him within this fear time, but Trina's going to get back around that corner. He's going to throw a slow there. Oh, great job extending that slow. He's getting around the corner. I'm not sure if he got that dot off that he needed. Trina has 20 seconds here on that bandage anyway, so he's asking to do the impossible as he goes down. Is there anybody left? No one left, so congrats here to Team Methodical. All right, we're about to see round 2 of that same matchup. We saw a big win here. I think one of the teams here had 3 teams left. So let's see how these teams do here in round 2. Let's go ahead and drop that flag for him here in 3, 2, 1, go. These guys are underway. So, Kight drops down on accident, but it is Rick versus Trina here. Rick knew that Trina was coming down, and their team got to elect who their counter was to Trina dropping. And they elected to send a warrior, as Rick is going to wait to drop combat here so he can charge in on Trina. I think he's going to elect to charge the pet, but no, he elects to wait it out. He eats that conch and a serpent sting, and Trina's going to try and close that distance. He sends the boar, and Rick is just playing this corner game, not trying to stay out of combat so he can open the way he wants to. But Trina doing a good job sending harassing bolts in at Rick here, keeping him in combat. Rick is at 70% before he even gets to start executing any of his strategy here. Trina doing a masterful job keeping his distance, lays that wing clip before a hamstring gets to get put on him. Rick here at 60%. He might want to consider potting a little early. Tries to get a bandage tick in, but it gets interrupted by a serpent sting. Rick is doing work here on Thick Boy, finally gets the pet down. Rick has 5 seconds here on the wing clip tree and is trying to get a little bit more separation, but he has 5 seconds on a hamstring himself. Rick can use this time wisely to start closing that gap between him and Trina, but it looks like they synced up their slows there pretty well as they both land the slows, but Trina's was improved, gets a clutch bandage in. Rick is here at 40%. Oh, and Trina is just laying into him here, doing work. Rick is electing to hide here in the window room. Let's see how much time he needs to kill before he gets his bandage back. A whole 20 seconds. Trina comes in, eats the hamstring, doesn't drop the wing clip, does this time. Rick elects to take the health pot now. He's trying to stay alive for 15 more seconds, but Trina drops that serpent sting. It should wear off just in time for Rick to get that bandage in if he can keep himself safe and in good position. Rick really wants to stay near that LOS as that bandage comes in, but Trina just lays that Serpent Sting again. Rick's going to have to sneak him between Serpent Sting ticks. Let's see if he's able to get one in. Trina's closing that distance 10%. Rick knows he's in trouble, so he's just trying to hide near this window room 5% and dropping. And they are still going. Rick's at 4% here, and that is going to be a KO. As Deciding runs in, Rick didn't do his teams any favor there by letting Trina get a little bit of peeling distance, head into that room, but Deciding does a good job by following through and not letting him get any of that bandage in that he was looking for. Deciding throws the buff on himself, closes the distance here on Trina. Trina here just trying to do whatever he can to keep the pally away through that blessing of freedom, but he lays the huge Hodge onto him, switches to his two-hander and smacks him up for some good damage here. So throws the buff back on himself, closes that gap. Trina here takes that healing pot, 30%, doing a good job here, laying it way more into Deciding than you might think he'd be able to, but he's doing a good job, but he knows he's in trouble now, trying to get back to that window room. Deciding is going to hug this LOS, throw the bandage on himself because he didn't have that Serpent Sting on, but here comes Chucky, our favorite scary rogue, straight out of Nomergon, open straight up onto Deciding. Deciding had that perception popped, he was ready for him, but look at how much damage Chucky is doing. Full health to 38%, 30% already. He's already flashing HP before this fight even began. He takes that healing pot now. Chucky's dropping though pretty quickly too at 50% now. Hopefully he's getting a couple of those life-stealing procs in to help him sustain. Chucky might be thinking about... He's trying to finish this job. Deciding goes out of bounds, and that's going to be a death for him. Chucky, next person. I'm calling that a death. I'm telling you.
Okay.
Deciding you're dead. Next person. Next, you're dead. Next person. You're dead. You're dead. Next person.
Chub. You go inside.
Here he comes. Alright, so he went out of bounds. I had to call the border rule. Chucky did respect it, but Deciding went too far against it as they send in their next person. It's going to be Hunter versus Rogue. Chucky does a great job there making quick work of his pet, trying to take out any advantage that Hunter might have on him. But now, where did this Hunter go? Did he go out of bounds too? They send in the next person. We have a Rogue v. Rogue fight here. I think there was a little bit of miscommunication for this team. Chucky lands the sap and he's going to get to enter the way he wants to here. These rogues are about to do the dance. Both of these guys have both their cooldowns available. Let's see if the Agi life-stealing is going to win out versus the double Agi. Let's see if the little bit of heals is going to supersede the extra dodge that the double Agi gives you here as these rogues are doing the dance. Talented already at 60%. Chucky is laying into him. Both these guys are trying to save that hot evasion button this time. No gouges have landed yet, but I'm not sure if any have been thrown yet. Either of these guys might want to be thinking of throwing it to throw that first aid up. There it is. Oh, Talented interrupts his own bandage. My god, great job here. Chucky pops an evasion here at 17%. It can be tricky. But Talented pops his too. Let's see if these guys are going to separate now. Talented's going to sprint after him. Chucky's not going to be able to land that stealth that he is trying to land. Chucky's at 5%. That evasion's going to wear off. Talented here at 20%. These guys are both dropping. Rogue v. Rogue fight is always promised to be a good time. Neither of these guys has popped their healing potions yet. Can't help to see if we're going to see if we're not. Chucky's going to finish it off, but he gets dotted. Great job here by Methodical getting that dot in before he drops. Chucky gets 2 ticks of that bandage in here before... Methodical interrupts with that wand as Methodical is going to come around the corner here and try and get quick work into Chucky. Chucky's trying to kill time, let that dot wear off so he can get a sneaky little stealth and sap in. Oh, I think he was trying to go for it anyway, despite despite having a dot on, because you can always throw that sap in between dot ticks. But Chucky engages. Methodical is taking so much damage so quickly. Throws that stone form on just to help out any way that he can. Chucky does not take the bait there, it looks like, on that fake cast attempt by Methodical. Chucky just sticks on him like glue. Methodical at 44% and in real trouble here. Chucky does a great job stepping behind when he sees that wand coming out, making him recast that wand. Let's see if Chucky's going to take that bait. He doesn't. He lands the kick. Methodical in serious trouble. 10% dropping. Chucky at 23%. He might be getting a double kill here for his team in Red Rover. Chucky at 15%. Maybe not. Methodical says, I'm not finished yet. Look at this 2%. He's running away. Chucky, though, he's smart. He's going to hide this corner. I don't think... oh, he didn't want to let him get that heal off. Oh my god, Chucky hits so hard, but he just finishes it off. And Andre drops down, sprints, finishes Chucky off. Merkel drops down, charges Andre, lays the disarm. Huge play there by Merkel. And the disarm actually lands disarm full there, so Andre's just getting his weapon back here, and he's already at 65%. Didn't even get to get a single swing in yet from his main hand, but now that he does, he has Merkel already down to nearing 50%, but Andre is dropping a little quicker than Merkel here, as these guys are just trading blows. Merkel's doing a good job keeping him slowed, making sure he's not going to be able to get any of that running separation. He needed to reapply that hamstring, though, before Andre landed that gouge, and Andre lands the gouge, gets the first aid in. Oh my god, that gets interrupted too! He probably got interrupted by a Ren tick there. Andre lands a very big sap there now, but he's got to kill 50 seconds, so let's see how he's going to do that. He's going to actually eat. Good call there by Andre. He's going to have probably about 10 seconds on this sap. Good call there. Cool heads are just going to get the food in when they can. So these guys re-engage. Both these guys at about 50-60% health each. And Andre is just chunking into Merkel now. I bet you Merkel's having a hard time landing attacks on this high agility build here by Andre, as both these guys start trading blows, and Merkel lands the disarm here on Andre. Again, Andre's at 35%, unable to do much or any damage at all to Merkel. And he's slowed 10%. Merkel doing work, finishes Andre off. That's a KO. And that might be the end of this round. So great job here by both teams, by all the teams involved. And we will see you guys soon for our next Red Rover event.